do what I can. I'm just a man. I do what I can. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trail Blazers up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This Cavaliers group has been getting things done. With a win here today, they'll stake a claim to the second best record in the NBA. That tells you all you need to know about the year they're having. And tonight it's a race of thoroughbreds, two clubs that can go end to end in a flash. What is it that makes these teams so good in transition?
THTA. TDI.
And what does that mean?
They have athletes to do it. Athletes to do it.
I knew what that meant.
That's it. Good ball handlers and good finishes, man. THT, HTDI.
Not only that, they spend a lot of time perfecting it. The moment they get the ball, TLTP, they look to push.
WSIDTKHFTC. We send it down to Kevin Harlan for the call.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We're going to bring you an interconference matchup in this one as the Cavaliers come from Cleveland to play this one. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. The Portland Trail Blazers come into tonight's game after losing earlier in the season in their last game against the Cavaliers.
And no doubt that the fight was there, but no matter what they tried on that night, it just wasn't meant to be.
And their troubles just seemed to get compounded as they got later into that game. They did not have it that night whatsoever, and it ended up being a double-digit loss.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, thank you, Kevin. Now, Lehigh C.J. McCollum has taken full advantage of his opportunity with the Blazers. McCollum said, I already knew what I could do. People are starting to realize that I'm here to stay. And Kevin, his coach Terry Stotts says his time has come.
It certainly has, D.A. Love the mindset McCollum has, stepping right into the starting two-guard spot with great confidence. Coming down the home stretch, Brent, some teams in clear rebuild mode at this point. What are they looking to get out of the rest of the season?
Well, this is all about experience, Kevin, giving guys opportunities so that they go into the offseason with specific goals in mind as individual players to get better at their game. And when they do that, they come back collectively better for the organization. So experience only here as we close out the season for a few of these teams.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, the two stars, LeBron and Love, making up the forward positions. Derrick Rose is out there with Isaiah Thomas, and it's Thompson in at the 5. And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. Here's McCollum. He's off on that one. Some solid defense from Rose. Cleveland moving the ball around, and it's Thompson with the jam.
LBJ terrific when it comes to moving the ball. He has a strong sense for when his teammates are open and then when to deliver.
Here's Lillard. He had 25 points in the win against Miami. The wide open look here for Vonleh. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
LeBron kicks to Love. Back to James. Kicks it out to Love. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Love's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And here are the Blazers. It's a 5-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Yeah, it's a disappointing sequence of plays. Absolutely inexcusable turning the ball over like that.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Here's Lillard. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Yeah, a bit of a tough start here at 1 for 4.
In the corner, it's James. Outside Rose. To the right side. Thomas dishes to Thompson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rose kicks to Thompson. From deep, Thomas. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Count it. Good. Vonleh's got his second basket of the night.
So much talk about the game slowing down for the game's best players. Lillard composes himself.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleashed chaos moment.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Thompson, a screen on McCollum. James, the pass to Love. Out to the wing. There's Rose with the 3. He can't get that one to fall. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Harkless dishes to McCollum. Back to Harkless. Pass to Lillard. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, Lillard has that sneaky wingspan there and knifes inside for the bucket.
Thompson, a screen on McCollum. James kicks to Thompson. Nurkic with the block. Rose against McCollum. Lillard outside. Back to McCollum. Pulls up on the elbow. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And this is part of the patience of C.J. McCollum. In-air adjustments with the defender on him. You have to like that body control.
LeBron kicks to Rose. Rose can't get that one to fall. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%, and stolen by Love. LeBron drives in. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
LeBron down there amongst the trees, carving out a little space and getting the 2.
And Brent, when you watch Tristan Thompson pursue offensive rebounds, he's constantly battling for position inside.
Well, he toes the line a lot with what he can get away with, but more and more the experience on the court and who it is that he's playing against does a great job of predicting where shots are coming off, finding angles on the inside, and being in great position to make easy scores.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Thomas against Lillard. Harkless the pass to Vonleh. He feeds it to Nurkic. Now here's Harkless. Tight defense on him. Here's Vonleh. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on LeBron James.
Beautiful job by Vonleh to draw the foul. Goes to one of the moves he's been working on, catching the defender out of position.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And the Cavs' big 3 completed with the trade of #1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins to Minnesota for Kevin Love. Brent, if they had to do it all over again, you still think they make that trade?
Absolutely, Kevin. They brought a championship to Cleveland, a drought of 54 years, and Kevin Love was a big reason why they got to the top of the mountain. So I would absolutely make that trade.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a 6th sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Lillard with it. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game. McCollum outside. here's Harkless. James covering. Harkless kicks to Lillard. And he's good on the 3-ball. Lillard's got 5.
Well, he's effective in the catch and shoot dating back to his college days. Lillard has brought that skill to the pros.
Thomas dishes to Rose. From outside, off the mark. The Trailblazers have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. And Lillard kicks to Vonleh. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for the Trailblazers. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Wade's checked in.
A 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Vonleh was the 9th overall pick in that highly anticipated draft class of 2012.
Love with the screen for Wade. And Thomas has it in the corner. Over Lillard. Thomas, no good.
Wow, huge sigh of relief for the defense on that possession. You cannot give mid-range shooters any space like that to operate.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
And the dunk by LeBron.
LeBron putting the ball down on the deck. You just can't stop him when he goes straight to the rim.
And Lillard kicks to Harkless. That shot, no good. Good D by James. And it's Wade in the corner. Love outside. The drive by James, and James throws it down.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these two teams have played here, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out on top.
And yes, it's good.
And already you're seeing great execution from both teams.
Yeah, lots of points early, and the game plans on both sides, at least offensively, working to perfection.
And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
5 of 5 to start. I think he's in his zone.
I just don't ever want to take for granted the fact that LeBron James is simply one of the greatest basketball players that's ever played the game. Am I overstepping it? Not at all. He is just as complete as it gets.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Collins checked in for Noah Vonleh. Aminu comes in for Maurice Harkless. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Damian Lillard. And Augustine kicks to McCollum. Good D by Wade. And when it's all said and done, Brent, do you think LeBron James goes down as the most versatile player in NBA history?
There's no doubt about it, Kevin. If you talk about a player that had the consistent dominance that LeBron James had in every facet of the game, from the moment he stepped into the NBA, it's been a remarkable run for him. And when he steps between those sidelines, there's really nothing that he cannot do.
Trailblazers trail by 5. And Augustine kicks to Aminu. He dishes it to McCollum. Chang, a screen. Augustine passes to Aminu. The 3. Rebound by Smith.
His teammates cannot be happy with him, guys. He would have been better off resetting the offense and looking for a better shot opportunity.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
The Cavaliers leading by 5. LeBron outside. And off the front iron, and in it goes. LeBron's got 15.
Such astounding shooting right now from him. He is untouchable from the perimeter. What a performance.
Chang, a screen, and a wide open look for McCollum, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Just a nice read from McCollum there, working off of screens and losing his defender.
Thomas kicks to Holmes. Thomas against Augustine. Elbow shot. The kick out to LeBron. Smith outside. Cleveland moving it around. It's stolen by Aminu. And here comes Augustine late in the fast break. And the pass to Aminu. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Well, it's been a few years that defenses have challenged Aminu to take that shot. They may think twice tonight after seeing that.
1:41 left in the first quarter of the game. James, the pass to Holmes, and it goes down 2 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now we all know, Brent, you grew up in a real basketball environment. What affected watching your dad and competing against your brothers and being in that conversation at the dinner table have on the development of your playing style?
Well, I think first and foremost what comes to mind, Kevin, is just competing. And it wasn't just competing at basketball. It was wiffle ball in the backyard, soccer in the fall, baseball in the spring, Monopoly during the weekends. So anything we could get our hands on that had to do with the game, yeah, it was about that competition.
And what do you do now in retirement? What do you find to stimulate the competitive side?
Well, I beat my kids in Monopoly, I can tell you that.
Cleveland leading by 4. Wade drives in. The layup off target.
Ooh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
Zhang with a screen on Wade. Zhang a screen. Feeds to Aminu. Lays it up off the glass. Aminu's got his second basket of the night.
And a nice effort inside by Aminu, improving his shot selection through the years.
The drive by Wade, and stolen by Zhang. And it's McCollum in the corner. Kept alive. Zhang dishes to Collins. And Augustine kicks to McCollum. Zhang a screen. Passes it to Collins. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, CJ, such an effective two-guard, not just a shooter and a great shooter at that, but a capable passer when his teammates are open.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Wade, good.
That screen made it impossible for the defense to put up any kind of fight.
Portland's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Zhang with a screen on Wade. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his first foul. McCollum right side. Got it up. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Cleveland Cavaliers. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard as he explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of business.
So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Such a great way to get yourself into an offensive groove and build up some early confidence.
So on the floor for Cleveland, you got J.R. Smith, Jay Crowder out there with Holmes. Then there's Iman Shumpert, and it's Wade in at the 1.
And those are exactly the kinds of plays that can spark a team. Just solid work down in the paint.
Now here is Augustine. 9-point game his last outing. Zhang a screen. Augustine passes to Zhang. Out to the right wing. Augustine dishes to Collins. 4 on the shot clock. Portland needs to get off a shot. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and back court for Portland.
And their guards are taking on the majority of the passing and assisting for the team. Just as you might expect, the bigs doing their part by getting to good spots inside and making themselves available.
Rose, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. J.R. Smith on the wing. He's covered by Aminu. Stolen by McCollum. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, the Portland Trailblazers are developing a great chemistry for a young team. Damian Lillard takes the team to San Diego every September for bonding purposes, and he told me how much we like each other, how much time we spend around each other. That shows you a team that is really together. It is a unit. We have each other's back. Kevin?
And it's critical to establish camaraderie early on. Thank you, D.A. Sounds like Lillard has this team headed in the right direction. Chang with a screen on Rose. And Augustine kicks to Chang. It's stolen by Smith. To the paint. And it's Rose penetrating. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And Rose not always focused on creating contact, but with his physical gifts, a lot of times he leaves the defense no choice.
Portland, Oregon, the nation's 24th largest market, fewer than half the TV households of Atlanta or Houston. But fortunately for the ownership group who has some available income, this is a team that's willing to get out there and spend to bring in a team that can compete for a championship.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland. Vince Carter, he's checked in for the Cavaliers.
And trying to be the first one to get his hands on the miss. Instead, he's called for over the back.
Tough foul. He's trying to make something happen right there, and he gets a bit out of control, and the referee's right on spot.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Lillard's checked in. Augustine against Rose. Here's Holmes. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. And it's been over 4 decades since the Blazers' last NBA title.
This is a team that's willing and wanting to get back there. They're very hungry to get themselves back to championship caliber play. Certainly their backcourt is a great starting point. That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Rose passes to Shumpert. Rose against Augustine. Rose dishes to Crowder. And he comes up with the deuce. Crowder's got the lead up to 7 now for the Cavs.
And you love to see Rose operating as a playmaker first and foremost.
Rose against Augustine. There's a screen. He kicks it to Lillard. Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard. Offline with his 3.
I think what I'd like to see from him in this quarter is getting going from the perimeter. Hit a 3 in the first, nothing in the second.
And Shumpert kicks to Crowder. Outside Rose. 6 to shoot. Here's Shumpert. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 5 assists tonight.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And there's a whistle that goes on him on Shumpert. That's his first foul. Marcus is checked in for Al-Farouq Aminu. On a switch here also for Cleveland. Love's checked in. Augustine with it, now guarded by Shumpert. Shumpert against Augustine. The feed to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Here's Collins. Portland again missing.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
It's contagious. Every guy on the team working to keep this streak alive.
It's so fun when you're rolling like this. You just want it to continue as long as possible. And right now, fingertips are ablaze.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Back in 2008, Kevin Love was drafted with the 5th pick by Memphis and then traded to Minnesota, and he became the Timberwolves star player in a hurry. But they couldn't surround him with the kind of talent necessary to make it out of the lottery in the Western Conference.
Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for Collins. A switch here also for Cleveland. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Iman Shumpert. Here's Augustine. No good that time. Good D from Love.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
Lillard with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Looking to end the drought, and it's Lillard missing. And despite his production, Love's impact was questioned in Minnesota, even at times, Brent, by the Wolves front office.
The idea in Minnesota is they didn't want to commit to the full 5-year max and had Ricky Rubio at the time as the franchise player. And even the whispers after the trade of Kevin Love, you heard a lot of things that might have been unflattering, most of which I don't think were necessarily true. In the end, the trade worked out for both teams. Wiggins got to Minnesota, the Cavs got a star in Kevin Love, and then ended up with a title.
Count it, and the Cavalier lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Vonleh. Rose kicks to Love. Rose against Lillard. Out to Carter. Back to Rose. Carter outside. Rose with the ball. Lillard picks him up. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And here's a look at some stats for Damian Lillard. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. 5th in scoring. And he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers. Always up to the challenge. His top 5 ranking has him right there with the elite. And it's Love penetrating.
That's some recognition from Kevin Love, seeing a lane and pouncing on it. Great awareness.
Now Lillard. He's got 7. Screen by Nurkic, and Lillard kicks to Augustine. Screen by Nurkic. They set the pick. Back to Lillard. Over Love. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
The fans certainly got their money's worth in that game. Boy, was that a battle, and it turned out to be a real gritty win for them.
Man, they had to scrape and claw just to get themselves back into the game and into overtime, but they really kept their composure in the extra 5 minutes, and it paid off for the win.
Here's Green. Not enough on that one as it misses. Trailblazers trail by 13. Pass to Vonleh. Dishes it to Lillard. That shot is off. Some solid defense from Rose. Love at the elbow. And Love throws it down.
And that's the role they want for Rose, getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Over the past couple of years, Brad, we've seen coaches like Steve Kerr and Brad Stevens take more of an even-tempered approach. Could that become a coaching trend going forward?
Well, I like that both Steve and Brad have some very good players. That would keep me calm too, Kevin.
Yes, it would. You begin right there.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a shift in what it is that the generation of the younger players has grown up with. And coaches that have the ability to communicate always, Kevin, are going to come out on top. They get their message through, they keep their team positive, and they keep their environment pointed in the direction that is moving forward.
Excellent. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Love. And a quick look now at the NBA scoring leaders. C.J. McCollum is second. Damian Lillard third.
Anytime these two guys are on the floor at the same time, you're just waiting for one of them to go off, if not both of them.
Trailblazers trail by 12. Kicks to Vonleh. Nurkic a screen on Love. Thompson against Nurkic. Here's Lillard, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on Love. And when you look at Damian Lillard, Brent, a tremendous player, but a hungry player. In your opinion, what's the next step for his development?
I think the questions will remain and persist about what it is that Damian Lillard can give you defensively to stay consistent and be disruptive as a point guard is the next step for Lillard. We know he's one of the best scorers in the league. But can he bring it on the other end?
Jang, he's checked in for Portland. Thomas passes to Love. Out to Wade. Over in the corner, Green. Good D by McCollum. Portland's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Lillard dishes to Vonleh. Back to Lillard. To Vonleh. It's stolen by Green. Wade against McCollum. And it's Wade. That time on the assist by Love.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And Lillard kicks to Harkless. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game. So it's Portland now, down by 12. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. McCollum's got 6 points in the quarter.
And that's his second in this quarter, guys. He's made 3 so far this game and is showing no signs of slowing down.
Thomas passes to Wade. Back to Thomas. The dish to Wade. And the rejection by Jang. Thomas against Lillard. And here's McCollum for 3. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got assist number 7 for him tonight. The Cavaliers leading by 6. Outside Thomas. Green kicks to Thomas. Cleveland moving the ball around. A 3-ball. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got his 3rd rebound tonight. McCollum outside. And Vonleh has it in the corner. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And you look at the Cavs coach, Tyronn Lue. Brent, what stands out to you?
Well, he's got confidence. I would tell you, Kevin, I'd have confidence too if that number 23 was suiting up for me every night. But he demands accountability. He demands a respect for the game. And this team has had a tremendous run in the early stages of Ty Lue's coaching career.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Aminu's checked in. Then for the Cavaliers, LeBron comes in for Kevin Love. And Smith subbed in for Green. LeBron against Aminu. LeBron dishes to Thompson. Back to James. Over Aminu. A shot by LeBron, no good.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Yeah, looking for offense inside as they try to chip away at this lead here in the second.
And LeBron James has openly stated very publicly, especially last year in the finals, he is chasing Michael Jordan. He wants to be the best ever.
And at this point, he might be top 2. Jordan with 6 titles. Hard to see LeBron surpassing that. But just to be in the conversation with the GOAT is an achievement in and of itself.
Collins kicks to McCollum. A 3-pointer off the mark.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Thompson passes to James. Smith outside. Wade dishes to Thompson. In the corner, it's James. It's stolen by Aminu. Over in the corner, Lillard. Over Thomas. Count that one. And the Cleveland lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Lillard.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Cavaliers lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Tyronn Lue. Coach, how do you think the team performed defensively in that first half?
Well, they got off to a good start, but then I thought we settled in and started playing a little bit more defense.
Got locked in as the game went on. Thanks, Tyronn. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He ended up with 17 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, they've been rewarded for dumping the ball inside, keeping the defense honest. You have to mix it up. A little bit outside, a little bit inside. Now that separates teams.
Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
The three-point shot has really, really helped them out. I don't always like to see teams rely on the three, but when it's dropping like that, I say roll with it. They keep setting good screens, running these pick and rolls, they'll be tough to beat.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Well, we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Lillard and McCollum, the star-studded backcourt. Harkless is out there with Van, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. And the rejection by James.
LeBron using his length that time perfectly. When he's in the area, you can't throw up anything lazy.
Outside for Thomas. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists in the game.
It's foolish leaving anyone that wide open from outside the arc. The D has got to be better.
Harkless kicks to Lillard. Screen by Nurkic. Thompson comes with the double team. Now here's Vonleh. Guarded closely. 5 to shoot. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. And a look here at the shot chart for the Cavaliers.
Right now, after looking at that chart, you pretty much can just jog down the court. He gets it in the paint. Just time and time again, he's worked his way in close and made a shot over a defender or found another way to convert. Just great stuff coming from him thus far.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Traps in the tray.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Thompson, a screen on McCollum. McCollum against LeBron. It's a pick by Love. Right side Rose. Just 4 to shoot. This one for 3. Love with another miss. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. To the middle. Here's Nurkic for the tie. Count it, and the foul. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
Great concentration on display from Nurkic to get the foul and still come away with the made field goal.
Right, you take a look at Nurkic, young and full of potential. He's still learning how to make the most of his abilities.
Yeah, the Bosnian Bear, Nurkic, had some tough times in Denver as Jokic started to emerge. And there was talk about him sulking and pouting just a little bit, still a young player. But the opportunity now in Portland with established stars in Lillard and a rising one in McCollum could be exactly the type of recipe for success that he was looking for.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Screen by Nurkic. McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Thomas with the steal. Here's Love. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Love's got 14 points.
Well, the defense looking at him like a Rubik's Cube. They cannot figure him out. He continues to light them up from the field. More importantly, they're winning.
Nurkic, an easy layup after coming off the pick.
Well, the play from Nurkic was as good as they come. Terrific job getting deep inside there and nailing the shot.
LeBron kicks to Rose. The screen from Thompson. James against McCollum.
Okay. That's how you attack. Wow.
Making it look pretty effortless right now, LeBron James in a rhythm.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Thomas against Lillard. No good from 11 feet. Cavaliers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Back to LeBron. Thompson, a screen on McCollum. Off the screen, and James throws it down.
Well, LeBron right through the defense this time. Incredible at finishing off that one.
And here are the Trailblazers now. 4-point game. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the final game of this 5-game homestand. Nurkic can't hit. Cavaliers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
This Blazer team has some good continuity and some good chemistry. It's a young roster, and they get along pretty well. They've got 2 studs, obviously, at the guard position, and they keep improving.
And from team dinners to off-season trips to train together, this Blazers team, Brent, led by Damian Lillard, has made the effort to get to know one another off the floor.
Well, that absolutely helps with the lines of communication, that it's always respectful, and sometimes it can be competitive and heated, but that's all right. Mostly for the young guys, the cool thing about it is that they feel a connection to the guys who've played several years in the league, and that helps them settle into their first year. Hey, even though he's been off, the team's still winning, so the hope is that he's going to get going.
Harkless with it, working on James, and stolen by LeBron. And now Crowder running the floor all by himself.
And of all the facets of his game, LeBron's passing probably my favorite. And when you look at Jay Crowder, he kind of bridges that gap between role player / star player. The numbers might not wow you, but his tough play at both ends of the court is extremely valuable.
And Greg, wouldn't you agree, Crowder clearly one of the best in the NBA in defending?
Without question. I mean, this guy guards 3 positions every night. And the combination of strength, quick feet, and then the quick hands make him a problem.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Fellas, Al-Farouq Aminu has established himself as a great defensive player. He wants that recognition. He said, my goal every year is to be Defensive Player of the Year. I want to guard 1 through 4 and even 5 sometimes. I want it to be known that I'm a great defender. And I want the league to recognize that. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Aminu continues to prove his worth on the defensive end. His length and quickness certainly hard to deal with.
I don't think anybody guards LeBron without fouling him. It's a matter of him convincing the referees it's enough contact.
And he knocks down the first one. Obviously some terrific on-ball defenders out there, but Brent, in your estimation, who are some of the best help defenders in the NBA now?
A couple guys come to mind, Kevin. When you say help and they're actually there, Jay Crowder does a good job of recognizing, when the strong side gets broken down and he can come over and help. Certainly, Draymond Green does a great job of guarding just about anything for the Golden State Warriors. And then maybe you think about some big guys in the league. Timofey Mozgov in the right position most of the time. Hassan Whiteside for Miami. So they come in all shapes and sizes, Kev. The biggest thing they contribute is their communication skills on the backside.
It's McCollum on the wing, guarded by Shumpert. McCollum, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
James against McCollum. Crowder sets a screen for James. And stolen by Vonleh. And here's McCollum. He's got 16. Looking to end the run. Off the left rim and out.
Now, this just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
And Shumpert kicks to James. He feeds it to Thomas. Just 5 to shoot. Great touch on the 16-footer. Thomas got 7 points.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you could turn it up.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
So the value of NBA teams now, on average, over $1 billion each, if you include all the different things they have and run. And Brent, when you take a look at that, take that into consideration, what are some of the big things the league has done to generate such growth?
Well, I think this is where you have to commend both David Stern and Adam Silver in terms of being progressive with how in touch they are with the game of basketball, addressing it internationally much better than the NFL has done it, in my opinion, over the course of the past 2 decades, where they know they've got this tremendous fan base, not only in Europe, but certainly in Asia and China, and they're more than willing, Kevin, to go to those markets, expose those players, and get them enthusiastic and excited about what our game offers.
Back to Shumpert, shoots a 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Jang's got his 4th rebound in this one. And here's McCollum for 3. That's in. Augustine with the assist. 19 points for C.J. McCollum.
Well, if he's hitting shots from there, he becomes so much more dangerous.
Outside Shumpert. Holmes sets a screen. Here's Thomas off the pick. And Holmes throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. There's the pick. McCollum with the ball. Now guarded by Shumpert. Carter against Augustine. 13 feet away. Offensive rebound. Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Aminu.
Well, a huge mistake not to block out Aminu. He loves to generate offense off the glass. We saw it there.
Thomas goes in. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Thomas got 9.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Outside Crowder. Thomas goes in. Carter outside. Here's Crowder. Shoots from 12. That one a little long.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job. Terry Stott's one of the better coaches in this league, but he really does a great job of making sure that it's always about his players and never about him. One thing Portland has working in its favor is that they've dug in with Terry Stotts as their coach. They have that kind of continuity, and he allows these players to shine up here in the Pacific Northwest. That's when the sun comes out.
Here's Aminu. 7 points in the game. For the three, the Cavaliers pull it in. Holmes got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
It's good from long range.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And Augustine kicks to Aminu. He dishes it to McCollum. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Augustine against Carter. Aminu, no one around him. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That's his first foul. Damian Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Green, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. Smith comes in for Vince Carter. Wayne Wade's checked in for Shumpert. And it's Rose in for Thomas. Jang, a screen. And here's McCollum for 3. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Rose against Lillard. Rose passes to Green. Over to the wing. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Kevin Love's checked in for the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Rose with the double team. Inside and stolen by Love. Rose up on top. Covered by Lillard. Wade. No good that time. And it's Portland the other way. Over in the corner, Lillard. McCollum trying to get open. Count it. And the Cavalier lead has been cut to just 11 on the basket from Damian Lillard. T-Wade on the wing. Outside Rose. To the inside. And stolen by Jang. Nobody near Lillard. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Well, he's doing everything he can to make them competitive. And by everything, I mean draining threes.
Love with a wide-open look. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
And Lillard kicks to Collins. Here's McCollum. Great D that time from Green. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Outside Rose. And it's Wade in the corner. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And that's now 9 points for Dwayne Wade. McCollum with the ball. He's got 25. Jang a screen. They set the pick. Now here's Lillard. Jacks up a 3. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Defensively, we got to give a little more pressure to their shots, all right? Make them make the second, third, fourth play.
That's Terry Stotts drawing the line defensively. Doesn't want the first guy with the ball to beat him.
And that's where a total effort is needed. Get back quickly, match up, call out screens, really the complete package.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Inside, we got the tenacious Love and Thompson. Derrick Rose is out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. They trail by 11. Lillard outside. Wade against McCollum. Rose with the double team. 4 on the clock. Here's Lillard, 8 for 15 with that made basket, but he's not satisfied yet.
And when he's in this kind of scoring rhythm, Lillard can make the toughest shots look easy.
Rose dishes to Thompson, and that one drops. And the Cavaliers lead by 11.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
11 feet away, and that's good for 2.
It's a quality pass from Lillard. He has the vision to create for others virtually any time he wants to do it.
Rose against Lillard, and it's Wade in the corner. Out to Smith for 3. They get it again. And for Portland, they're shooting here about 46% for the game. McCollum kicks to Zhang. McCollum, no good. Cleveland leading by 9. There's the pass to Love. McCollum against Wade. And here's Rose outside. Out to Smith. Feeds it to Rose. Rose can't get that one to fall.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Stolen by Rose. Love right side. Passes it to Wade. He kicks it to Love. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
For the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Jan. Noah Vonleh comes in for Collins. And Maurice Harkless subbed in for Al Farouk Aminu. And Cleveland also making a change. James is checked in, and that one misses.
And you look at all the accomplishments, all the great moments from Wade's career. No doubt he is going to the Hall as soon as he's eligible. One of the greatest 2 guards to ever play.
Thompson, a screen on Lillard. Nurkic with the steal. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Puts it up from 12. Second shot opportunity, and the rejection by James. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And it's shocking when you look at the numbers that Wade has had over the years. He never won an MVP award. Certainly, Greg played like an MVP in some of his seasons.
But the rest of the accolades are there for D. Wade. All the trips to the All-Star game, the first team, all defense, the all NBA teams. But most important to him and his legacy are the 3 NBA titles.
LeBron James, quite simply, one of the greatest players that's ever played the game. And it's just impossible for anybody to slow down.
Lillard attacking. Here's Harkless. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Harkless has got it back down to single digits for the Trailblazers. James outside. Wade outside. The feed now to LeBron. And James throws it down.
Yeah, there's just pinball action going on right now. Once LeBron gets in there, he's going to finish.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Collin passes to Nurkic. Nurkic a screen on LeBron. Screen by Nurkic. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against Cleveland. And for Mo Harkless, Greg, a one and done as we know out of St. John's. Then first played in the NBA with Orlando, but he has found a role, it seems, with the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and think of it, the Magic basically gave him away. Felt he wasn't aggressive enough and not a good enough shooter. He's gained confidence here in Portland and parlayed that into a long-term contract.
Isaiah Thomas, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. Thompson dishes to Thomas. And it's Love penetrating. LeBron kicks to Smith. Drills it from outside. And the Cavaliers lead by 13.
Well, that's what Smith does best, a long-range specialist who loves to square up from outside the three-point line.
Lillard outside. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter. Cleveland leading by 10. Thompson, a screen on McCollum. LeBron against McCollum. And stolen by Vonleh. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Here's Vonleh. Love grabs the board. Cavaliers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Thomas kicks to Love. Back to Thomas. To the paint. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Vonleh. Harkless dishes to Lillard. Screen by Nurkic. And Lillard kicks to Vonleh. And the rejection by Love.
Encouraging signs when Kevin Love is that intense on the defensive end. Swats that one away.
And Portland has possession. It's a 10-point game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hits. Got that one from Nurkic. Cleveland's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Love the pass to Smith. Outside Thomas. The drive by James and the dunk by James.
Wow, LeBron on the roll. This time rocks it.
For Portland, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. And Lillard kicks to Harkless. Pass to McCollum. Fires for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. McCollum's got 12 points here in the second half.
What's gotten into him today? This is getting ridiculous.
LeBron outside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Well, the defense has failed to cut off any of these driving lanes, which is why they're resorting to fouling him, and he's hurting them from the charity stripe.
And he knocks down the first one.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
And both free throws good for LeBron. Here's McCollum carrying the load for the team offensively.
He is a handful, always dangerous, and he's greedy for buckets.
Nurkic dishes to Lillard. Back to Nurkic, and stolen by Love. LeBron outside. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
McCollum kicks to Harkless. Dishes it to Nurkic. 6 on the shot clock. Here's McCollum. The rebound by Kevin Love. Love's got 6 rebounds in the game. LeBron outside. Down low. Got a piece of it. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Lillard. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Lillard just a menace when he's driving inside. Forces the D to act, which is why he gets those calls. Damian Lillard quite literally wears his town on his chest. That number is not 0, at least in Damian's mind, as he's expressed many times over, that the 0 stands for O, and that's Oakland, California, where it is that he grew up and honed his skills. So he never forgets where it is that he's come from.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Rose is checked in. Thomas, it's a wide open look. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Trailblazers trail by 7. Harkless kicks to McCullough. Unable to get that one. Rose with some nice D. And Brentford, Damian Lillard, important to give back to his hometown.
Yeah, an awesome story last year, Kevin, is he sponsored extensive renovations back at his alma mater in Oakland, Oakland High. They recently retired his number. Heck, if you gave a lot of money to your school, retiring the number seems like the proper thing to do. And then he holds a festival every year in his old neighborhood of Brookfield in East Oakland. So tremendous job of Damian Lillard, always recognizing where he's from.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Portland's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Stolen by Thompson. Rose passes to Thompson. Kicks it out to James. Over Harkless. James outside. Here's Rose. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And Derrick Rose, the former #1 overall pick in 08, one of the most athletically gifted point guards the league has ever seen.
And the first one at the line is good. He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, they depend on him to score, and that doesn't mean just from the field. Sometimes it comes from the charity stripe.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. They set the pick. Pass to Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second.
James kicks to Love. Outside for Thomas. Over in the corner, Rose sinks the three-pointer. And the Cavaliers lead by 11.
Well, the defense very attentive to him in the first quarter, but he's finally gotten loose in the second and making them pay.
Nurkic setting the pick for Harkless. Kicks it to Nurkic. McCollum dishes to Vonleh. Shot clock at 5. Lillard with it. Picked up by Thompson. Off the screen. And he nails that one right through the net. And that's now 29 points for Lillard.
Yeah, getting caught on the screen and roll is just a killer there, especially guarding Lillard. Trigger just too quick.
It's LeBron with the drive. And the dunk by James.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Timeout, timeout.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. Keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
There's the dish to Thompson. LeBron drives in, and James throws it down.
Well, you got to try to keep LeBron away from the post as much as possible. That time, too deep, turns around, and gets the dunk.
Screen by Nurkic. Lillard from outside. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Trailblazers trail by 13. Here's McCollum. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Now LeBron. 9 feet out. Count that one. James has got 39.
Now, most of the time, there's just no defense for LeBron James, just too gifted offensively.
Here's Lillard. They get the rebound. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Shots, gentlemen. A foul.
He's off on the first.
Well, this is a fresh start for the big guy, Yusuf Nurkic, here in Portland, where in Denver he was battling with the likes of Jokic, who ended up becoming one of the best centers last year in the NBA, even up there in the Rookie of the Year running. So a midseason trade has unleashed him, a new lease on life, and we'll see what he can provide for this Portland offense under Terry Stotts.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Cavaliers.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
In what's been a good season already, tonight's win will take their record to 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for LeBron.
They looked aggressive on the offensive end, and that compounded into lots of great opportunities that he capitalized on.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Collins checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Aminu comes in for Harkless. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Lillard. Rose up on top. Guarded by Augustine. Shoots from 14. Count the basket.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right. Fires for 3. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Your trailblazer, Yusuf Nurkic.
And here's Rose. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, LeBron. The spotlight's on you all the time. How do you kind of put that to the side and deliver the kind of performance you did tonight?
I just wanted to try to lead my team the best way I could. Whatever I needed to do out on the floor, I tried to be there for them tonight. And, I'm glad we was able to get this win.
Thanks very much, LeBron. Appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time.